Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to start by welcoming our international guests. Welcome to South Africa. And welcome to everybody to the Northwest Province. The inhabitants of this province, they call it Bokoni Bophirima. I always say we should have called it something else because it is more or less in the middle of the country, a little bit to the north, but if you go east, if you go west, we are in the middle of the country and possibly in the most beautiful part of the country. So welcome. There's both natural beauty and man-made beauty. You find the big five in this province. And also, we were talking about critical minerals earlier on in the day. I had those be mentioned once or twice. This is a mineral-rich province. And last but not least, I'm convinced that Botswana are the friendliest people in South Africa. So you will enjoy their hospitality. Welcome to Bokoni Bophirima. I'll start by inviting our very own Sherpa and Director General, my boss, so that I don't lose my job here after. So, DG, Mr. Zaindango, please come up to the stage and deliver the official welcoming remarks.
Good evening, everyone. Most of you have heard my voice way too much today. Program Director, Ms. Melefani, Honorable Ms. Peter Lenkopani, the MEC for Economic Development, Environment, Conservation for the Northwest Province, Honorable MEC Toto Makume, MEC for Finance, Tourism and Economic Development of the Free State Province, and other MECs present today, Sherpas, sous-Sherpas, ambassadors, senior officials from South African national departments and the Northwest Province, and also importantly our sponsors. Dumelang, it's Setswana for good evening. Allow me to extend a warm welcome to all of you, G20 members, invited countries, international organizations, and the South African delegates as we gather here in South Africa again, this time in the beautiful, yes, I'm saying it is a beautiful province, also known as Bokoni Bophirima in the local Setswana language. We are delighted to host you at Sun City. The speech says, I must say it's iconic, but I think I must be very consistent in saying it is iconic. But as we discussed yesterday, it was established in 1979 at the peak of apartheid, and some of us, because of its history, were part of boycotting its establishment at that stage and what happened here. But with democracy, we've really embraced this iconic space. So Sun City is nestled just a stone's throw away from one of the more beautiful parks we have, the Pilanesberg National Park. The National Park is one of South Africa's largest conservation areas and sits within one of the world's most unique volcanic formations, known for its rare geological features. It's a place that is both naturally beautiful and has huge scientific significance. So if we can finish early with some of the sessions, depending on how well we work, we hope you could get a chance to visit some of this during the course of your stay. So that's an incentive not to argue or debate way too much. And for the golfers amongst us, You will be pleased to note that this place, Sun City, is home to two world-renowned 18-hole golf courses. One is known as the Gary Player Country Club, and of course the other one is the Lost City Golf Course. Both offer a really professional and unforgettable experience amid really beautiful settings. Distinguished colleagues and Sherpas, I'm not going to go through the reasons why we are here. You've heard all of this since last night. I just want to take this opportunity in front of our hosts and our sponsors to thank the Sherpas for your valuable contributions to South Africa's presidency, including your contributions to the opening sessions and the very important deliberations that we've had here today. I think we've set the scene to further the platform for a really good leaders' declaration in November under our theme of solidarity, equality, and sustainability. Our meeting this week is indeed pivotal. It allows us to assess, and this is for the MECs and our guests, what we are doing here is also assessing what we have done thus far and how this group can foster cooperation and help us to meet some of the world's most pressing global challenges, particularly our economic and development challenges. Colleagues, I'm not going to stand between yourselves and your dinner. I want to conclude, and again, on behalf of South Africa's G20 presidency, thank you once again for your cooperation, your collaboration, and your partnership with our agenda. Thank you very much, and enjoy the meal.
Thank you, DG, for not only reminding us why we are here, but also mentioning the golf. And as DG has indicated, the game drives are also very wonderful. So if you have the time, please do go on a game drive. On that note, I'll invite our next speaker, who is Dr. Stephen Zwane, the Managing Executive Director for Corporate Citizenship and Stakeholder Relations at ABSA. So on that note, Dr. Zwane, please come up to the stage.
Program Director, Ms. Ntabiseng Malifane, His Majesty Khosi Yabakhatla King Pilani, Her Excellency MEC for Economic Development, Environment, Conservation and Tourism, Ms. Bitsa Linkopane, and the honorable members of the Northwest Government's Executive Council, His Excellency for Finance, Economic Development and Tourism, Mr. Kito Makube from the Free State, Director General Zain Dango, Director General, Deputy General, Director Generals, senior officials from the South African government, Sherpas and sous-Sherpas, representatives of international organizations, ambassadors, excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here at the G20 South Africa Third Sherpa meeting, we stand at a defining juncture in history. Since 2022, the world has been crippled by what can only be described as perma-crisis, a cascade of interconnected global challenges that have tested the very resilience of our economies, societies, and the planet. Yet in the face of unrelenting storms, humanity has proven one enduring truth: we are stronger together. You will remember that stronger together for us was a big theme when we hosted and when we won the Rugby World Cup for an unprecedented time And it is that theme that resonates with us and the global community, that we are stronger together. An African proverb captures this moment perfectly. Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. Over the past 3 years, we've all navigated turbulent waters, shaping our collective resolve and ingenuity. Today, South Africa's G20 president offers a bold opportunity to chart a new course, one anchored in solidarity, equality, and sustainability. As a proud partner institution, ABSA stands here not only to amplify Africa's voice, but to champion a vision where global cooperation transforms challenges into opportunities. Together, let us harness this moment to forge policies that empower our continent, uplift our people, safeguard our planet for generations to come. Two imperatives must be laid on the table for discussion. Firstly, to advance South Africa's macroeconomic interests in a turbulent global environment. Secondly, to anchor Africa's presence in a complex worldwide system. This is why South African businesses cannot treat this moment as separate from their own priorities or from our own operations. Policy frameworks, often shaped first in Sherpa meetings like this one, ultimately govern capital flows, trade standards, and development financing. Businesses cannot afford to observe from a distance. To empower our continent's future, public-private partnerships will be key to unlocking sustainability and inclusive growth. These partnerships must extend beyond sector-specific interest and embrace shared strategic alignment. This includes coordination with African private sector institutions, engagement with like-minded international entities, and alignment on cross-cutting protocols. Distinguished guests, the theme of solidarity, equality, and sustainability underscores how essential collaboration is to realize a shared economic vision for Africa and the world. Creating an equal landscape goes hand in hand with global strategic synergies that provides opportunities for all. Global policies that enable the growth of Africa's small and medium enterprises will simultaneously foster much-needed financial inclusion. As a Pan-African financial services group, ABSA sees South Africa's SMMEs as a critical pillar of our country's economic future. We provided tailor-made financial solutions that empower small businesses to scale, to create jobs, and to drive industrialization. With a deliberate focus on supporting women and youth entrepreneurs, ABSA's SME financing for these groups continues to grow with gross disbursement of up to R1 billion. While we are proud to cultivate enterprises with this capacity to scale, financial institutions like ours, ABSA, cannot build an entrepreneurial ecosystem alone. We must work alongside governments, development of finance institutions, and private sector actors to align incentives and resources. It will be a missed opportunity if South Africa's G20 presidency is not used as a global platform to link the progress of South African businesses to the continent's broader development through policy innovation. ABSA is convinced that high-stakes sectors such as energy transition, sustainable trade will particularly benefit from this approach. Policies determine who gains market share, who attracts capital, and at what cost. Yet profit must never come at the expense of the environment. Global policies should have a positive impact on both people and the planet. To ensure economic transformation is underpinned by environment, social, and governance, aptly called ESG principles, African banks and financial institutions can play an essential role in directing capital towards initiatives that advance the sustainable development goals. ABSA has achieved this by embedding sustainability in our core business strategy to drive long-term value creation through innovative finance. While Africa aligns with the world's sustainability journey, policies must balance our continent's development goals. For instance, Africa holds 60% of the world's best solar resources, but only 1% of global solar generation capacity. Our continent's natural resources wealth should translate into business deals that add economic value. that create jobs and secure a sustainable future for Africa and its people. Global policy creation has the power to right this imbalance. South Africa's G20 presidency is temporary, but the standard it shapes are enduring. The work begins now. Corporate South Africa must not only have a seat at the table, but lead the global conversation. Kgosi Pilane, Excellencies, distinguished guests, as I conclude, I say as we gather this evening under the G20 presidency, we're not just sharing a meal, but sharing a shared vision for a global world rooted in solidarity, in equity and sustainability. The work you undertake here through the third Sherpa meeting until the 27th is the bedrock upon which we will build the transformative global policies. As ABSA, we are proud to stand with you, amplify Africa's voice, and championing partnerships that empower our continent's future. An African proverb reminds us, if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Together, let us carry the spirit of collaboration forward, shaping policies that uplift nations and secure prosperity for all. As you continue your vital deliberations over the coming days, I wish you all, members and invited states, strength, clarity, and unity. May the seeds planted here blossom into the bold outcomes at the G20 Leadership Summit in November, a moment to redefine our global future with Africa at its heart. Here is to skillful sailors, steady hands, and a shared journey towards a brighter horizon. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
We are together, kaofela. That is the message that I got from the previous speaker, leaving no one behind. And the main point here is, if we are talking inclusion, financial inclusion is key. And especially, we need to make sure that we bring women and youth along. So the work that ABSA is doing and making sure that there's a focus on women and youth, we'll say hashtag Rekaofela, we include everybody, we leave no one behind. At this stage, I'm going to call the host of this province, the MEC for Economic Development, Conservation, Tourism, and that is Mebita Lenkopane. Welcome to the stage, Madam.
And suitably that of any traveler, with mountains, dams, game reserves with the Big Five, gaming, leisure, and heritage sites. Several tourism investment opportunities are available in reserves such as Borakalalo, Khaswane, Valko, Bosalano, and others.
Bloemhof Dam Nature Reserve, a waterfront multi-faculty development across accommodation, aquasport, activities, and conferencing. Project value is R1 billion, waiting for the right investor to take it to new heights. Borakalalo Nature Reserve in the Bojanala District Municipality lends opportunities for revitalized tented camps and traditional camping sites, water sports, and eco-adventure activities, investment valued at 100 million. Molemane Eye Nature Reserve, 40 kilometers outside of Mahikeng, offers the opportunities for tented accommodation, camping, day visitors, and conferencing at an estimated project value of 60 million. Volvisbraid Nature Reserve, situated adjacent to the Vaal River in the Dr. KK district, is a fisher's haven with opportunities that span accommodation and activities valued at 50 million rand. Gaswane Mountain Reserve, an urban eco-park in Rustenburg, Mojanala District Municipality, offers opportunities abound from eco-adventure trails, biking, conferencing, spa, and revitalized accommodation valued at 40 million rand. Malope Nature Reserve, this special game reserve bordering Botswana on the far western corner, offers a hunting and associated activities concession. Game drives, accommodation, etc., valued at 40 million rand. With so many wonderful attractions and places of leisure, the Northwest Province not only affords you the best opportunities to create a legacy in the business realm, but also offers you a quality of life balanced with nature's splendor and the best of our cultural and national heritage. With 2 airports currently only servicing chartered flights at Pilanesberg and Mahikeng, we invite interested investors who can revitalize and establish them as passenger airports. Mahikeng Airport, with the longest runway, has capabilities to serve as a cargo airport, transporting products to SADC and the rest of Africa. We invite you to partner with us as we step into the future. A province ready, a land waiting. Opportunities abound. Hashtag invest in Northwest.
The Program Director, Director General of Department of International Relations and Cooperation, the colleagues, members of the Executive Council of the Northwest Provincial Government present, my colleague from the Free State Government, MEC Magume, distinguished Sherpas, members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed delegates and partners, ladies and gentlemen, Dumelang Bagaishu. Dumelang Bagaishu. It is with immense pride and gratitude that we as the Northwest Provincial Government welcome you to this evening's gala dinner in honor of the Sherpa meeting. For us, hosting this distinguished gathering of global representatives is more than a privilege. It is an honor and far exceeding our expectations. We are especially proud to have hosted 2 critical working groups under the G20, being the Education Working Group, the Women Inclusion Working Group, and moreover, this end of June will be hosting the Energy Working Group. And of course, we have just worked so hard and we are looking forward to host the Y20. These are not just thematic areas of discussion, they are the pillars upon which the future of the African continent must be built. As the Northwest Province, we strongly believe that investing in education, youth, energy, and ensuring inclusion and empowerment of women are non-negotiable if Africa is to rise and compete on a global stage. Program Director, I'm standing here to represent the Premier of the Northwest, Ntate Lazimu Khosi, who has actually said I must convey this message to you that the South Africa's presidency of the G20 from November 2024 to December 2025 is the first by an African country, and it remains historic. It affirms not only South Africa's role as a global leader in a multilateral engagement, but also places the African continent at the heart of the international cooperation and diplomacy. In a world increasingly defined by multipolarity and interconnectedness, Africa must boldly assert its voice, champion its priorities, and forge alliances grounded in mutual respect and sustainable development. This G20 moment aligns with Agenda 2063 of the African Union, which envisions peaceful, integrated, and prosperous Africa. Through these strategic partnerships between the academia and the private sector and government, we can achieve the goals of the African continental free trade area. We can boost the Africa trade and elevate Africa's position in the global value chains. But this can only happen if we also silence the guns and bring the lasting peace to regions still plagued by conflict. The Northwest Province has taken a great strides towards positioning itself as a serious and strategic partner in the global arena and emerging hub of economic potential, the green transition, the innovation, and the people-centered development. But our ambition does not stop at growth. It is growth with meaning and integrity growth that uplifts, connects, and sustains. Program Director, we understand that in an interconnected world, we cannot progress alone. Our challenges, whether climate resilience, energy transition, youth unemployment, or inequality, are global in nature, and therefore, our solutions must also be global. Program Director, here in the Northwest, we are laying the ground to become a hub of opportunity and innovation. Our 4 districts are each uniquely endowed. Bojanala and Dr. Kenneth Kaunda districts are mining powerhouses producing both platinum and gold. Our Ngakamuti Remolema and Dr. Ruth Sehomusi Mumpati are rich in agriculture and poised for agro-processing. We are prioritizing youth and women employment and welcome the G20 partners who are equally committed to inclusive and sustainable growth. We also acknowledge the vital role played by institutions of higher learning, and it becomes to us a catalytic need areas for biotechnology, and the 4th Industrial Revolution demonstrates the value of research in shaping Africa's development future. Program Director, as we gather here tonight, let this be more than a celebration of what has been achieved. Let it be a reaffirmation of our collective commitments to transforming Africa into one community, one policy, and one partnership at a time. The collaboration we forge in this forum must translate into the impact of our people on the ground. In the words of the former President Nelson Mandela of South Africa, Africa is not just a place, it is an emotion. It is a state of being where the rhythm of life beats in harmony with its pulse in the wild. Let this rhythm inspire our work and guide our path forward. I'm standing here on behalf of the Premier today to convey only this message that the Sherpa, that the upcoming summit will really present our priorities as a province, enable our leaders to have insight into the aspirations, the concerns, and the recommendations of Africa, with Northwest having sent its message through South Africa's G20 presidency. Really well.
Ke a leboha, mme. The message, invest, is Northwest. The province is full of possibilities. As it was indicated, it's not only about mining, there's agriculture as well, and many other opportunities. We are nearing the end. I'm going to invite our Sous Sherpa to do a vote of thanks, after which please have a good evening, enjoy the good food, enjoy the music, and everything that Northwest has to offer. Advocate Nokukanyajele, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I can see that the wine is flowing and the food is being enjoyed, so I will not take much of your time. My responsibility at this time is simply to say thank you to those that have made this third Sous Sherpa meeting of our G20 presidency possible. And as they say in this province, Ke a leboha. And Ke a leboha first and foremost to our hosts, this beautiful province. And I do think it's fundamentally important to note that out of the 4 Sherpa meetings we hold on a G20 presidency, 2 of them are in Gauteng, 1 of them was virtual. So we had 1 chance, 1 Sherpa meeting to take out of Nasrec and to make you see what South Africa has to offer. And I hope the MECs and our colleagues from the province appreciate the fact that this is the province we chose. Yes, it is a beautiful province. It has so much to offer. And whilst there was a snippet of it on the screen, what I've heard from those that have had an opportunity to have a game drive, from those that have had an opportunity simply to look at the sun rise this morning in this province, you can see how special this place is. We are truly grateful for you being our home for these next few days, for you inviting us to amazing meals, the Bomber dinner that is going to take place tomorrow, which I am extremely sad I'm going to have to miss. So sincere thanks to our hosts, to the province. MEC, we hope you will convey those thanks to the Premier, who is unable to join us.